go through all every single option there is on here. I did the calibration already, face north. You know, did all the rolls, turn, roll, turn, roll, turn. Everything went good. It is flashing purple once every 3 seconds. That's due to no SD card in there. Tried to put one in, but I ended up losing it, so can't do any onboard recording. But just put a fresh battery in. I ran about 10 minutes on the other battery, so it's probably just under half capacity. Transmitter is booted up. It's waiting to connect. Just gonna turn it on, set her down, wait for the lights to connect. So we got a solid green, we got a solid purple, or we got a red flashing, which is return to home. So it's not going to be able to do anything because it's already home. So what I'm going to do is put an angle mode, wait for the camera to connect still. Alright, so we got the video on the transmitter here. You double tap the screen, it becomes full screen so you can see a little bit better. That's if you don't need to see any of your telemetry, your distance, your battery, or anything. Hopefully you can fit everything in the frame here. Can't see. Okay, so right aileron, start button, motor spin up and idle. So just sitting there, no inputs, it's idling. I'm not going to fly it in smart mode right now because away is always away regardless of which way the nose is facing, and that to me is a little confusing, even though it's supposed to make things simpler. So a little bit of throttle stick, gets its altitude, you let go, it just sits there and holds. So give it a little bit of a pitch to crawl it away from us. See where it took off from. Give it some more throttle. Climb up. Just sits there and holds. Give it some yaw. Spin it around. See the gimbal, camera gimbal doing its thing to work. So if I do put it in smart mode, and then I give it a yaw, so now it's technically it's a little sideways. Get some more height here. There's in smart mode, and when I push the stick forward, it goes away from me. Towards me, comes back. Even though it's facing the other way, I can turn it the other way around, pull it back, it comes towards me. Push it forward, it goes away. So I don't like flying it that way because it's not like a helicopter. I want to be able to fly at scale, so you push forward and it goes forward, and then you can yaw and turn. Right. Get out here, get some altitude. And I flick the return to home switch. It's going to rip right back here. I don't know if you can see it because it is pretty high. So what it's doing is returning to the transmitter home. So wherever I was when I took off, you can see there's no inputs. Wherever I was when I took off, it's physically going to come back to that spot in relation to me and then land. It's going to land, it's going to idle the motors, and it's going to shut off. So to take off again, I just put it back into angle mode, right aileron, hold the start button. They start up and idle, give it throttle, and away she goes again. So every mode on this has GPS, so it's always going to hold wherever you go, unless you're returned to home, in which case it's going to find you, because there's GPS in the transmitter, there's GPS in the unit. So you can see, even though it's got carrying a camera and a payload there, it's still got pretty good power and speed. Another thing that it does, which I'm going to walk out there and show you, is it has a follow me feature. So I'm going to put it in smart mode, and then I'm going to walk around with the transmitter, not doing anything, and you'll see the quadcopter follow me back and forth. You see, as I come back, it's following me the whole way, so it's keeping the same distance, keeping the same space from me. If I go from smart to return to home, we do the exact same thing it did before. Wherever the transmitter is, this time it's nose in, so it's facing us. Wherever the transmitter is, it's going to land at those coordinates from the transmitter. So land, idle, and shut off again. That's about it.